Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us. Good evening and welcome back along to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me in this fine Monday evening for the Monday Huddle and a new look to the podcast for the first time ever. We are doing a wee phone-in show, so we've got some callers who are going to come on and have a chat with the lads tonight. But joining me tonight is my very good man, Mr. Ryan Clifford, and my other good man, Mr. Alan Stirling. Alan, it's good to see you, big fella. It's good to see you smiling, mate. Must mean one thing, you've had a good weekend.
Aye, as always, quiet. Nice wee relaxing weekend. Lovely day today. Hope the sunshine can stay while we're missing our regular Celtic games. So it was good to watch the football as well on Friday. Just slightly back to normality. So I hope you guys are well and looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, Ryan, just as Alan says, it's been a lovely day today weather-wise. Hope you've been well, mate. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good. Same to you guys as well. Like Alan says, back to normality on Friday, shouting at the telly. But no,
surely no, because Liam Scales wasn't playing, was he?
No, it was, who was it going at, was it Narovki injury, bro, and then this and that, wasn't it? But no, I'm only having a laugh. No, like Alan said there, good to some nice weather. It's about time we got some sunshine, so hopefully that can continue, and hopefully that means some signings will come, but hopefully that will happen very soon, mate. But hope you're well as well, and everybody else who's tuning in tonight.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing, is you guys, the viewers. I hope everyone's well, and Jem in the comments saying evening, JP, Alan, and everyone else on the pod. Our partner of the podcast says, good evening, folks. Jerry Burns is joining us. He said, evening, JP, Ryan, and Alan, and everyone else. And we've got a new sub as well. PS3 Retro TV just popped up on my feed. Come on the hoops. And he's just subbed as well. So thank you very much for that. Cheers for tuning in, mate. Hope you're well. Our podcast sponsor is joining us in the comments as well, lads. We're feeling privileged tonight. Mr. Alec Beveridge, hope everyone's well. Hope you're well, big man. Plunge is joining us also. Hail, hail, comrades. FIFA Bernardo agreed for 4.2 million. I've not seen that yet, so you've got one early tap of me there, Plunge. Thanks for that, though, mate. Could be a bit of breaking news in the days to come, right enough. We Willie Collum back in the comments tonight. He says, hail, hail, JP, Alan and Ryan, and all the chats. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. And everybody else that's tuning in tonight, hope everybody's well and had a lovely weekend. Francis Lester coming in now. He says, hail, hail, boys, and good evening all. Well, Alan, as we know, Celtic started back pre-season last week, the training, and took up their first game down at Somerset Park against Ayr United. It finished 1-1. 2 penalties gave us a result in the end. And what was your overall take on it, mate? I take it you were just looking for players where they are fitness-wise rather than the result?
Aye, no, a great deal to take for that game, to be honest, because it's a lot of the kind of youth players and fringe players that we're featuring. Maybe apart from Kyogo, you've got maybe rotational players and kind of Kuhn, Awata. So, aye, it's exactly what it says in the tin, really. It's just a pre-season match. It's just slightly up for a kind of training match. So it's just about the same as Wednesday upcoming. It's just about ticking the boxes and getting ready for the new season. I think we'll probably see more of the kind of starting players back for the tour of America. You would reckon you would see the majority of them back, barring any injuries or any issues. So I think that's when we start getting down to kind of the proper business. I think the Ayr United game and the upcoming game on Wednesday is just kind of probably Brendan having a look at the youngsters and the fringe players, and it was decent enough. As I say, it's exactly what you expected really for a game at this point in the season, this early point in the season. So there was a couple of standouts. Obviously, I think we Bosun Lau. I think he's not done his chances any harm. I thought he looked kind of quite comfortable on the ball, and he looked quite composed as well. So there's a long way to go for him to have any kind of chance or impact to get into the Celtic squad. But as I say, he's not done himself any harm, and looked positive, and we can only hope for the best going forward.
Yeah, as I said, and we all know, Ryan, just as Alan said, it was a workout for the players, getting some minutes in the legs, mate. In terms of yourself, mate, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the result, or are you just looking for players in their condition?
The result doesn't really bother me, JP, especially the first game back. It's all about, like you say, is getting minutes in the legs, getting the players back playing football again, kicking the ball, getting back at it, because I know some of the guys now, most of the squad now all keep relatively quite fit, even in the off-season, but there's nothing like playing football games. It's totally different from training and getting the gym, and getting your football fitness up to scratch is important. So, it's just about fitness and getting guys game time, and maybe giving the youth some experience as well to say this is what you can possibly get going forward, playing with guys like Kyogo and guys like that. So, in terms of the guys like Lawal and other guys, I think sometimes we just need to rein it in a wee bit and kind of hold it back a bit, because it's a fairly good United. There's no pressure on the boy. It's just a training exercise. Yes, it shows some nice touches, but I've seen some ridiculous statements like get him in the first team and he looks brilliant now. And hold on a minute, it's a half time. He's only played 45 minutes or so. It was nothing major. Don't put pressure on the boy right away. He's just back to a loan spell. He'll want to beg time in to get back into the swing of things at Celtic. He'll get some more minutes under Brendan Rodgers, probably pre-season, and he'll decide where and he feels. Yes, I must admit he looks physically developed, but you can have all the attributes in terms of your strength and power, and you might look good, but if you're not good with the ball at your feet, no good under pressure and good and stuff like that, you'll never make it at this club. So it's all right looking $1 million and having the odd wee touch, but you need to be longer term under no pressure. That's when he'll get judged, when he's under pressure in the bigger games. But I think he looked okay. A few guys did look okay, but I'm even looking really performances, JP, until we really get to America. you'll start seeing them showing up a bit more under pressure playing against some of these bigger teams. But yeah, it's more about the fitness, JP, than anything else for me, mate.
Yeah, 100%. We comment there by Anne Jem, just asking how the kind of phone-in side of this is going to work. To pilot this off, folks, tonight, we've actually asked 3 random folk that we know to help us. So we've already given out the link to 3 people for them to come on and join, and obviously speak to ourselves tonight. But moving forward, obviously, we'll update you more about if we can get it going a bit faster. But just to get us going tonight, we've pre-organised a couple of people to come on and have a chat with us already. The way the phone-in is going to work moving forward, folks, like I explained on the social medias today, we won't tolerate any bad language. We won't be tolerating any sectarian abuse or anything like that at all. If that does happen, then I'm afraid you will be deleted out right away and obviously blocked from the channel. The phone-in's just an opportunity that we've come up with and an idea that we've come up with for you guys to engage with us as a podcast. We feel it'd be better to have dialect with you in person. So moving forward, there will be more opportunities for, the majority of you to get your say and stuff. But for just tonight only, we have organised people to come on to help us out. Yeah, Ryan, getting back to your point there, mate, about the fitness, that's basically, for me, mate, that's basically what pre-season is mainly all about. It's all about fitness. It's about workouts. It's about getting minutes into the legs. It's also about, mate, there was guys in the squad last season who were squad players. They get an opportunity to then start again and show that what they're made of, what they can do in terms of the team. And obviously we've got our first caller waiting in the wings just now. But before we bring him in, obviously Friday's game, a lot of young lads played in the game, Alan. I think it's important there, mate, also to give those young lads the best experience possible of kind of playing, with guys like Kyogo, guys like Nicholas Kuhn, who have played in the first team and played at a very high level.
Especially the way that European modern football set up just now. We need homegrown players and players that have actually come through your academy to participate in these competitions and be a part of the squads. I think it's like eight homegrown. I think it's something like that, and 4 of them have to be through your it's going through the youth and at the club. So we have had some success with bringing young players through. You look at the squad just now, you've got that kind of Cal McGregor, James Forrest, Tony Ralston, etc. So it could be better, the youth were brought through, but here's something in the future that some of these guys that got a run out the other night can kind of progress and kick on for the youth, and hopefully some of them can come into the Celtic squad in the near future and bring in performances like we've seen regularly for Callum McGregor and James Forrest, etc. So that's what we'd be looking for, and to get them in these games like Friday, that's only going to do them a power of good for their confidence as well, and let them know that they're going to get the opportunity to be seen by the manager. Yeah,
100%. And just on that, we'll bring in our first caller of the night, lads. Here he comes. It's a Mr. Francis Lester. How you doing, Francis? Welcome to the show, mate.
I'm great, JP. Thanks. Hello. How are you all doing, Ryan?
All good, mate. How are you?
Big cuddly man.
I don't know who you're referring to there, myself or Alec?
Alec.
Hey, I'll be me, aye. You give me a cuddle anytime, Francis. You're welcome. Hope you're well, mate.
I'm good. I'll tell you what my point is tonight, lads. I've been listening to a few bits and pieces on the radio and on the TV about the boy Bosun Lowell. It's been went down south last year, and by all accounts, he played well. Although the team that he was playing for, it was Fleetwood Town, wasn't it? They get relegated.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about him maybe making the breakthrough this season, and do you think that's one of the reasons that maybe we've kind of held back in spending money on another centre half?
Ryan, I'll put that one to you first, mate.
It could be. Obviously, I don't know whether he will be playing there, Francis, or midfield. I don't know what Brendan sees him as, but in terms of when he left us, I do feel physically he seems a bit more built up than he left us. I think he's only got to be tried there, Francis, and then we'll see how Brendan likes him. I think he's definitely a shout, and that's probably, in my opinion, Francis, maybe the place where he's probably got the best chance of playing, because Vickers is probably going to be a stick on. The Dorsey's injured. Looks like Belka's going to be away. Liam Scales he's a decent player for the squad, in my opinion. But people, you know me, people in this, you know my thoughts on him. I think he's just going to be a squad player to come in and dip and out. So I think he could, if he shows up pre-season, who knows, Francis? But I do feel that he could be getting, definitely get a shot to see what he can offer the team.
I see Lagerbielke's injured again as well. I know that they two don't seem to be making it at all, do they?
No, I think there's obviously, I've said it numerous of times, obviously, as you know yourself watching this, like, there must be something going on in the background, my lad, because I feel personally, I don't know about yourself, and I'll bring you in this, I think it's after, he gets sent off against Feyenoord. For me, it seems to be that from there, his Celtic career's kind of plummeted.
Aye, it's very strange. Obviously, I don't think, looking at it in hindsight, I don't think these guys were Brendan's choices of signings. I think these were probably way down the line before Brendan's come in. And I think that's glaringly obvious to see, because he really doesn't fancy any of the two of them, I don't think. Most likely, you can see Lagerbielke's going to be moving out the door, I'd say. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nerowski followed them as well, because it just seems as if they're no Brendan's types of players for whatever reason that may be. That might be because of attitude, because of the way they play, their performances and training, etc. We probably will never know the reason behind Brendan's thoughts. But I think just on the point there about Bosun Lau, I think the majority of that season he kind of played the 6 role, the midfield. So as I say a number of times before he's kind of spoke to yourselves, before he came on Friday, before he played on Friday, his stats were pretty high in League One down south. So I agree with Ryan that we need to kind of settle down and just give the guy time to develop, give him a bit of a chance, and just let him show what he can show. But as I said earlier, I don't think he's done himself any harm anyway. It's looked positive, but we need to refrain from getting too excited, because it's as Ryan says, it's only a game against United in pre-season, so let's hope he can kick on.
Yeah, Francis, how about you, mate? Are you one of those ones that get carried away when you see a guy the first time, like Alan just said there, against United, or do you need to give him a bit more time as well?
I've been, as I said, I've been listening to other people, but I think he needs much more time to impress. I don't think he's played against any real standard of opposition, and that's the only real time you can, judge him, if he plays against a better standard of player. I mean, United, and again, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether he was a centre mid or a centre half, because we were playing him at centre half 2 years ago, wasn't it, when we got him?
Yeah.
Right.
And now Brendan brought him on the second half. It was the second half the other night, and played him in midfield, and by all accounts he done well. I've only seen bits and pieces yet. My thing kept cutting out, but as I say, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a strange one, I think. I don't know whether he's going to end up playing as a midfielder or a defender. Yeah,
it could be. Obviously, Brendan speaking after the game, Francis, I think he said we'll see where he is once pre-season's over. He says I think it's important for every young player to have a plan and stuff, and that's why he wanted him to go away last season on loan and can I get minutes in his legs and stuff. But obviously, before we let you go, Francis, and I want to thank you again for coming on and taking the time with us tonight, mate. How are you feeling terms of transfers? Are you quite calm? Are you one of those fans that's starting to get restless now?
No, I mean, you know how long I've been watching Celtic. We've never been fast in the transfer. Quite the last 10 years, we bought people at the beginning of it. Most of the time, it's last minute. You're watching the countdown in Sky Sports before we sign 4 players or 5 players. I mean, it was only got Angie's season that we went early. You know, I mean, and last season it was just like we bought all these players that half of them have never even made it. You know, so I'm worried about the goalkeeping situation. That's the only thing that's worrying me. We've known for a long time we've needed a goalie, and we seem to be dragging our heels a bit. So that's a bit worrying, you know. Whether it's down to who we're targeting, maybe being still at the Euros, I don't know, or maybe they don't want to come to Scotland. You know, I mean, that's what worries me about the goalkeeping situation.
Ryan, just touching on what Francis says there about the goalkeeping situation, like me and you spoke previously, mate, I've said it's the number 1 signing and the biggest signing of the transfer window for me. So what's your overall feelings there?
It's got to be the main priority, because like I've said many a times, if you get your core right, the rest of it, I feel, comes together. So if you get your goalkeeper, your centre-back, your midfielder and your striker, you can build around that. For me, the goalkeeper's got to be solid. And Joe Hart was good. Joe Hart was good for us, really good. But I feel we need to go a bit better than Joe Hart in terms of ability and certain things that his game, because Joe Hart was getting older, and that's just gradual. It's a gradual thing. But I want to say I'm worried, but I would say if we don't get somebody in before we go to America, then you'll start asking questions. I think the fans have got every right to ask questions, because for me, Francis says maybe since January, I feel it's been since last year, because he only had a 3-year contract. So who knows if he was getting a new deal, if he was going to stay on. We then know he's going to retire. So they've had a year to at least try and scout a goalkeeper. Then, like Francis said, January, 6 months at least. So I'm not saying this job is easy, or I'm not saying it's easy to go and get a player, but it shouldn't take you 6 months to iron out who you want. Even though the guys at the Euros, you should still be making inner tracks. I'd like to think the club that Mr. Lawwell and Desmond, they want us to be, they should be doing that, and it shouldn't be just, right, we'll go for him, because there's so many links with goalkeepers, and for me, that's worrying that they've no get one sorted, because they want to keep putting out feelers for goalkeepers, agents and papers. So I want to say worried, Francis and Alan JP, but I would say I'm getting a wee bit concerned that if we don't get somebody by America, then I'm going to start saying, right, what's happening here?
Alan, what's your take on that, mate?
I think the Celtic board must have lost their bank card and they're waiting for a replacement in the post.
We'll try and get a monster card organised.
What's going on? We like to Brendan interview. We've seen a few of them, I think the Sky Sports one especially. It was nice to hear him talk. It sounded positive about the quality that he's going to bring in. But I don't see him bringing a goalkeeper in before the America trip. Listening to that, it sounded like before the start of the season. It didn't sound as if there was anything way down the line or anything, the way he was speaking. I've got full confidence in Brendan, but it didn't seem as if there was anything kind of ready to announce anytime soon. And it is getting kind of slightly concerning when you look at the squad depth we've got at the minute, especially with Joe Hart leaving and Bernardo and Lida, whether they're going to come back in or not. But at the minute, they're not in the squad. So the strength of the squad isn't looking the best at present. So I think we need to get a shift on. I'm not at panic stations as of yet, but it is getting slightly concerning, shall we say. And we need to get our finger out a wee bit and start making a few moves here, because there's no that long to go until we start the season, is it? It's not even 4 weeks now.
3 weeks. 3 weeks on Sunday, innit?
Sunday, aye. So we've no got a great deal of time. There's still enough time that we're not panicking, but we want to see some movement. We definitely want to see some movement, boys, in my opinion.
Francis, overall, do you get to see much of the pre-season, mate, or do you just wait till the season starts and
get
tuned in?
If I get tickets, I'll go, you know, but you know the trouble trying to get tickets these days, it's murder. You know, I take my grandkids to the games. Work offshore, so I take the grandkids to the games when they're not here, and they're dying to go to away games, but I can't get tickets for them. if I got tickets, I would definitely go, you know, but I end up usually watching it on a legitimate source.
Legitimate source, aye. We know a couple of guys like that as well, but we don't actually deal with that side of things directly. But Francis, listen, thanks very much for your points, mate, and thank you for being my first caller on my new look to the
Brilliant, Francis. Cheers, mate.
Hail, boys.
Have a good night, mate. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Hail. Thank you, mate. Well, boys, that was the first caller, done and dusted. Thanks again to Francis for his points. I think he makes a couple of good points. Obviously, the first one being Big Boss in Lowell. You know, he's obviously, you know, he can kick on now, hopefully, and shows what he's got. But Ryan, me and you spoke many a times about this now, mate, and we've all said that, you know, playing down at Fleetwood and playing with Celtic to the level that Celtic play, the magnitude of games that we play, you know, it's a monumental jump.
It is a big jump in standard in terms of, because obviously we've seen obviously Sheffield Wednesday in League One and kind of followed that league when Baz was playing, and the top teams, the top 45 teams were a pretty good standard. Some of the teams getting for the championship and some of the guys were still really good players, but as we went down the leagues, some of the quality did drop, and it was maybe a shining light in the Fleetwood team, maybe because they weren't great at the time as well. But that's no on Bosun Lowell, that's just on Fleetwood. He can only do what he can do. Again, a lot of Celtic fans, I don't think we can fairly comment. We can only see, unless you're a Fleetwood fan or you watch Fleetwood games every game. If you're a Celtic fan, it's probably doubtful because Celtic are playing. You'll watch Celtic 3 o'clock or 12:30, and you'll not see a lot of Fleetwood games. It's only going to be rewinds if you record it or highlights. So I've only seen wee snippets of the guy, and he's looked okay. He's looked pretty decent, to be fair. So I'm not going to. He does look strong. He looks like he's got the physicality to play. But when he's able to say he's under pressure, because at Fleetwood, if you again, I'm not a Fleetwood fan, so if any Fleetwood fan watches, they can let me know. But they don't seem the sort of club. But if you get beat, it's a disaster. I don't think they're off phoning the phone lines and really going after not. But if we lose a game or we draw a game, it's you're big man. That was terrible. See next week, you better be better, or you get criticised again. That's just the way. Unfortunately, it's just the way in Glasgow, even with them across the water. It's just the way it is. If you perform bad, you'll probably get criticised on here and everywhere else for the next week until you play again. Yeah. That's just the way it is. But it's a big jump standard, mate. But listen, I hope for the guys in the boys' in career that he can step up and go in pre-season and show Celtic the manager what he's all about. But it's down to him now because obviously Brendan's brought him back. There's no loan spell plan for at the moment. He's wanted to take him in and see how he goes. So I think America will be good for him as well and see how it goes.
Yeah, 100%. Another wee question for Anne James. She says, so guys, is that the way the phone in will work going forward? Everyone who calls in gets to appear on the pod while speaking. Well, I don't know, but is that you, Chap Medor, for being the first caller next week, Anne James? Just let us know, please. But no, it's a total option for the individual. So if you don't want anybody to see your face, then you don't have to. You can just come in through the audio side of it as well. There is an option for that when you come in. So it's entirely up to the individual. Obviously, Francis has been a watcher of the pod now for a number of months and probably the last couple of years now. And he knows me and Ryan personally now. So he's kind of, he was obviously comfortable doing so. So, yeah, as I said, it's an option. Alan, I feel as if I'm always really last to come to you, mate. I really do apologise just the way the night's worked out so far, big man. But I will bring you in. When the next caller comes, you'll be first to give your point, mate. Don't worry, and Ryan will just need to sit with his wee rosary bees in his Jimmy Calderwood pocket. Again, a banshee. So, no, just to allude on the, just before, obviously, our second caller is ready. So just before we bring him in, just more on the Bosun Lowell, mate. What's your overall feeling of him moving forward? I know you've been banging the drum a couple of months ago saying, about him coming in, but do you agree with Ryan in terms of it's a massive jump?
Aye, it is a massive jump, but the pathway is there. I think it's proven with, I know I've said it before, but it's proven with Matt O'Reilly. stats were Lowell's stats in League One were better than Matt O'Reilly's season in League One. Matt O'Reilly's come on leaps and bounds, right? Nobody expected him. He's put in the hard work and he's improved massively as a player. So for Lowell to reach that stage to get into the Celtic squad, he'll need to do the same as what Matt O'Reilly's done. He'll need to put in the work. He'll need to improve week on week on week, day on day on day in training. But it's achievable. I think that's the blueprint there. You've seen Matt O'Reilly's achieved that with a lot of hard work, bit of luck maybe as well here and there, but a lot of hard work. And it's achievable that Lowell could do the same thing if he's willing to put in that work. So it's positive at the minute. His stats look good. We have been crying out, I think most Celtic fans for the last few years, looking for a kind of aggressive, physical number 6 along the same kind of profile as Victor Wanyama. We have been crying out for that. He fits that profile. He doesn't fit that quality level at present. But we can only hope that he progresses to achieve that kind of quality level. And if he does, then it'd be great for Celtic because we would have a decent player in our hands.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I totally agree. It's all about development. It's all about the boy getting minutes in his legs, and it's all about him kicking on and trying to make your grade. Although it will be hard with the midfield that we currently have, even without bringing back, like earlier in the chat there, Plunge was saying that we could have agreed a deal for Paulo Bernardo. But before that happens, he's got a big job in his hands to try and get near our starting 11. But lads, tonight we've got our second caller. John is joining us. Good evening, John. Welcome to the show, mate. Cheers for calling in.
Evening, lads. How are we?
Not too bad, John. Thanks.
It's good to see you, Alan. That 90-day rule must be killing you, big man.
So what? Sorry?
90-day rule must be killing you.
Aye, I know. I hope you're well, John.
What a start to the show, John. What a start to the show.
Right, lads. I've got a list of approximately 31 players here that we've got, and I want you to just answer it. You can keep it simple or you can go into it. I want you to answer if keep, bench or sell. Okay?
Are we going through the full 31 here, John?
Aye, so keep it short if you want. But Ryan's a couple I think Ryan might want to delve into.
No, you'll need to keep the rosary beads in your pocket for this one, me man, okay?
Right.
You just need to keep your rosary beads down for this one.
Right, first one, Scott Bain.
Sell.
Sell.
3 sells. Okay.
3 sell.
Right, Liam Scales.
Keep.
Bench.
I would keep him for a squad player.
Bench.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, that's a step up for him, by the way.
Right, CCE.
Oh, you're keeping him.
Keep.
Stephen Welsh.
Sell.
Sell.
Kobayashi.
Sell.
Transport.
Aye, get him a taxi.
Alistair Johnson.
Keep.
Tony Ralston.
Keep.
Bench.
I would say if I had the chance, I would sell him.
Rocky.
Bench. Sell.
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 Are we keeping anybody?
I've kept a few. I've got a game of 5s happening soon.
Okay. Lagerbielke.
Sell.
Ryan.
I think the two of them have not shown enough to be sold. Him, Narovsky, but I think he's going to get sold. So sold.
Okay. Bosun Wall.
Keep him.
Bench.
Keep the game
keep, bench and sell.
How big is, honestly, but seriously, how big is your bench the new?
Right,
You're not allowed 7 on your bench.
Right, I thought the thing was either if you keep, it's the first team. Am I right, John? If it's bench, then it's squad.
Right, okay.
Sell is obviously sell.
Right. I misread that at the beginning, and so I do apologise. But moving forward, I'll be able to keep that in mind.
Sorry. Cal McGregor.
Keep.
Sorry. Tati.
Keep.
O'Reilly.
Keep.
Keep.
Iwata.
Bench.
I think you need a batter now, mate.
Bench.
I'm benching him, but I'm keeping him in the squad.
Home.
Bench. Give him a chance.
Well,
Bench. I'll bench him,
loan.
James
I'd
Forrest.
add a little bit loan. I'd give him a loan out. And see
Forrest?
Forrest.
James Forrest.
Bench.
Bench.
Squad player.
Bench.
Yang.
Sell.
That was unanimous. Louis Palmer.
Sell.
No, I'm keeping him.
Bench.
I can't, Alan, I just can't do it. I can't do
It
I'd go to
would be
double.
bench, mate, I know.
I need to double down, but he's getting kept in the squad, that's for sure.
Right, I can see it. I think it will happen. I'm just, I'd probably go with bench and all.
I think the next one might be unanimous as well. Quan.
Sell.
Is he still there?
He played that night.
I'm real late to pay money for somebody to take him.
I'm keeping him,
I would say it's between keep and bench because he's looked all right, so I'm going to say keep.
Michael Johnson.
Sell. Not good enough. Sell.
Sell.
Not good enough.
James McCarthy.
Sell.
Sell. Rip up the contract to let him
Probably
go.
try and hire him as a head of security or something like that.
I know where he is now. I've worked out where he is. He must be the guy that's in Hoopy's costume. He's the guy getting about, isn't he?
That's him. He's not. It's only bit closest to the squad he's getting in it. He's in Hoopy's costume.
He's Hoopy the Huddle Hound.
Next one, O.
Sell.
Kyogo.
Keep.
Oh, you're keeping him.
You've got to keep him.
Maida.
Keep.
Another two that's out on loan at the moment. Tillio.
Sell him.
No, I'd sell him.
Bernaby.
Sell.
I'd give him a house telly with him and all.
We'll give him a more, but
And two players we had on loan last year. Adamida and Bernardo. Would you
Keep me to him. You got to get him.
For me,
like to buy them?
For me,
Yes.
I would buy them. For me, I think Bernardo's going to be a tremendous player. I think Celtic need to buy him. Adamida, I think Adamida still will be behind Kyogo, so that's just my opinion. But he is an asset to the team in terms of his contribution. So I think you've got to say keep him.
What age is Bernardo? 21? 22?
He's
22,
22. I think young.
I think he just turned 22 there, John, just before the end of the season.
I definitely buy the two of them, but I don't see, as of next year, I don't see the two of them getting kind of regular starts, but they'll still be great additions to the squad. I think they will make their contributions.
Obviously, with the new format of the Champions League, you've got a minimum of 8. I can't see he's getting any more than 8, to be honest, with our track record in Europe, but you're going to need a stronger squad to cope with the domestic and the European games. You probably see changes in the team, the game before it and the game after it, I would imagine. And your strongest team will be playing the Champions League. And you might find you might have to drop a few points with the games before or after it if you're going to play. Not saying a weakened team, but no, your strongest 11.
I agree. No, good point, mate.
You've still got a bit of time to go. A good wee bit of time to go before the end of the transfer window, so a lot of things can still happen. Players can get sold. Matt O'Reilly's probably the one that's most featured to be going out the door, isn't he? If the price is right, but only if the price is right, only if it suits Celtic, because we can afford. I was saying to Ryan today, actually, O'Reilly's price isn't going to go down much, I think, next season. I would like to keep him for another year. Give him another year in the Champions League, see how he copes with that.
John, what would your thoughts be on a bidding war happening for him? What would your thoughts be if a couple of clubs started coming in and saying, right, we'll start chucking money at it? What do you think will happen then?
I want 30 million from JP, to be honest. I think he's worth it. Looking
So
at
you reckon he's breaking the transfer record anyway?
Aye. Yeah, I know the English Premier League, it's a false market, got the money down there. Players are going for silly money. The boy Gray went for 40 million. Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of money they're going for. Matt O'Reilly must be in that company. Do you not agree?
100%.
He's playing international football, he's playing Champions League.
Dewsbury Hall's just went to Chelsea for 40 million. What's Matt O'Reilly worth, lads? Come on.
I mind Ollie McBurney went for 20 million.
Aye.
Exactly. That just shows you the kind of price difference between.
Is he not available when they're free now?
Yes, I think so. He's kind of touted with we're neighbours across the water. He's obviously been very vocal about his boyhood club being named. So, aye.
Did Sheffield United know used to do a huddle and he stood up? Never.
Aye. Him and John Fleck.
Embarrassing.
Him and John Fleck, that's right.
Aye. As I said, there's plenty of time to go before the end of the transfer window. I think we've all sell players. That's just the way it is now.
There's a couple of players already left, John, isn't there? Because obviously you've seen the young lad Joko Vata, he's moved on to Watford, Haksabanovic has moved over to Malmo. And there is probably, like you've just said there's probably deals happening in the background that we're not privy to just now. So that are probably more or less already underway.
Aye, definitely.
What's your thoughts, John, on the earlier points in terms of Francis chatting about the boy boss in Lowell and that? Have you seen enough of him, John, or do you need to see a wee bit more than him?
I didn't see the game on Friday. I think it's going to be difficult for the boy to get into the starting 11. I'm not going to judge him until we're into the start of the season. He's obviously, I think he'll get minutes probably every game to see how he copes with it. The riggers are playing what we call men's football now. He's not playing B-team football or Lowland League or whatever you want to call it. He's in with the big boys now, and he looks as if he can cope physically, but it's a totally different ball game for playing the Lowland League. You know, lads, you've spoken about that often enough. It's too big a jump, and it's obviously the reports were good on him down south last season, and he's improved quite a bit. But I would still like to think he'd need to improve quite a bit more to be on the bench, to be honest.
Yeah, I would probably. He's definitely going to need to work a wee bit harder. But I know Brendan alluded to that on Friday, John, when he was speaking about, he's certainly changed the elements of his game so far. So I'll be interested to see where it goes and where the boy goes. But obviously, just before we let you go, John, do you bother too much about the pre-season friendlies, or do you just wait till the season starts and then you look at Celtic and you say, right, this is how we're shaping up now?
Nah, the results mean nothing, JP. It's all about preparation for the start of the season. Get prepared for the first game of the season, and even if it's still 3, 4, 5 games into the season before you're actually going. That's what we've seen when we get beat by Kilmarnock early doors, didn't we? Brendan's probably trying to implement a few things, and it's taken a while, as you've seen. Celtic get stronger as the season got on, didn't they? And the season finished a bit quick for us, kind of, because we were motoring. It'll take a bit of time to sell. Obviously, there'll be new players coming out, players leaving. It'll take time.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Listen, John, thanks very much for taking the time to come on and have a wee chat with us. That was a great point you made, mate, in terms of the 31 players. Gave myself, Ryan and Alan serious thinking time there between us, and obviously got us involved there in a wee kind of game of keep, sell, or buy a train ticket for. So, cheers very much.
Liam Shaw, but
Liam Shaw, aye.
I didn't include him.
A choice, he's still a Celtic player. I don't know what.
Aye, he's still on it. He's still on the wage.
Maybe they two are doing an early shift and a back shift with Hoopy, McCarthy and Liam Shaw.
Hoopy's tall, maybe McCarthy's on his shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. But John, thanks very much for
No worries, lad.
mate.
Cheers,
Thanks very
John.
much.
Take care,
Cheers,
all
mate.
the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Lads, that was pretty good there. I wasn't. That was a good point for John. I wasn't expecting the way he came in with that list of 31 players. And yeah, as I said, it was, it was good to get the thinking cap on with that one, because obviously that's probably something that we've not even thought of as a collective, Alan.
Aye, well, a few weeks ago, we looked upon the players we thought would leave. I think it was myself and you that done that podcast, and we went through the kind of players that we thought we would like to see maybe move on during this transfer window. So it's always good to get everybody's opinions and see. So I say everybody's opinion's different. So I think most days we're along the same lines. I think that high majority of Celtic fans as well. They can basically see the players that aren't really contributing. And it's probably best for them to get moved on, because as it stands just now, we know we have quite a bloated squad. So there is players that are going to have to get moved on, and kind of it frees up wages for new kind of transfers to come in the door as well. So there will need to be. I think there'll be probably a lot more players going out than there is coming in. I still see a considerable amount of players coming in, but I think there'll be probably maybe double that going out the door.
Yeah, I would agree, mate. Obviously, we'll cover more on that, Ryan, in terms of players going out and that, after we speak to our third and final caller of the evening. And here he is here. It's our sponsor, Mr. Alec Beveridge, and he's...
Evening, boys.
I'm glad you've turned up with a right attire on tonight, mate.
Aye. Well, I was going to keep myself for the 10:30 show, so I'll get that half later on this.
This is you're on a rank show, mate. Sorry.
Tuning in for that, mate. I'll get myself. You don't want to see what's under the table here, boys.
I'll see it later, big man.
That isn't even, by the way, that's not even a chair he's sitting on, by the way. So don't let him kid you.
It's a space hopper.
Big bag.
It's the only guy I know can levitate her above a pogo stick, man, honestly.
Easy. How are we anyway, boys? All right?
Yeah, all good,
mate. Good, mate. Aye, yourself?
Good, yes. All good, mate. All good.
So obviously you've been listening in tonight, Bev. So what's your points, mate?
Yeah, well, I did see earlier that supposedly the Bernardo deal's done. 4.2 million, and then they're just agreeing terms between the clubs. So I think that's a cracking signing. I really is. I think it's him and Ida. But what's concerning me now is with Nurovki being injured, Laga Bielka kind of been out of the picture, Kobayashi kind of been out of the picture. I think now, as much as we need a goalkeeper, I think we really need to look at centre halves and on now. So what would you think of that?
Ryan, I'll open the floor to you, mate.
I think you're bang on, Bev. Even with Liam Scales here, I still feel we need to sign a centre-back, especially for the European level. I think Scales is fine to come in Scotland, but European football, I know he done well last year, but again, I just think we need, if we want to move forward and improve as a club and try and progress in this league and try and get into the next two games to get a playoff, to get basically 10 games at least, I think we do need a similar quality. I know it might cost a bit of money, but a similar quality to Carter Vickers. Similar to what John said there, JP, we probably will need kind of two squads in a way. One to play the Saturday, one to play midweek and dip in between. And I know that's going to be hard because you can't go and sign 15 players. Well, we did last year, but we can't go and do that again because it's just going to stockpile. But I think, I don't know what you feel, JP and Alan, but for me, a centre-back, I think Bev could go into something there. I think we do need somebody else, because can we really get into European football with Scales next to Vickers to make us better? I think we did a bit better, personally.
Yeah, I would say that in terms of Alec's point there, I think he's spot on. I think, obviously, you look at Stephen Welsh, I don't think he's strong enough, lads. You know, you look at the last game of the season, put his shoulder out in the game. And it wasn't even, that's down to physicality. That's down to just not being strong enough and being pushed out with a guy that's stronger than you. Alan, in terms of yourself, mate, is that a position where you're quite I don't want to say use the term worried, but obviously we need surgery in there.
Oh, definitely. I think we've spoke about it in quite a lot of depth that we'll probably see Lagerbielke and Narovsky, maybe Narovsky leave. So we're already doing as well. Remember, Nat Phillips went back in January as well. So if we get players like Welsh, Lagerbielke, and possibly Narovsky leaving, it leaves us very, very short in that. So I can see a minimum of 2 coming in.
Yep.
I think it's definitely needed. I think we've praised Liam Scales a lot for the job he's done, considering the place he was in at the start of the last season, where nobody expected him to play any part for Celtic and probably expected him to be out the door. But as Ryan says there, I think we need to take it up a level. If we're going to have any ambition to improving in Europe, I would like to see Liam Scales as a squad player. I would like to see us maybe try and get somebody along the same lines of quality as Carter Vickers. It might be difficult to get somebody of that quality, but that's what we should be looking to achieve. We should be having the ambition to get somebody along the same kind of quality as Carter Vickers and Lexdale. I think centre halves. We're obviously looking at 2 goalkeepers. We're looking at probably 2 centre halves, a left back, probably a winger or 2, and then if Ida comes in, you might need another striker if Four leaves. So that there is still considerable amounts of players that I think that we need for the squad, especially for this upcoming campaign with so many games it's going to be with the Champions League. So I think we will see a fair bit of movement both in and out. So I will be looking forward, and we'll be blessed with the first signing, and we'll have no idea what's happening because we've been waiting that long for a signing. So let's see what happens in the next upcoming days and weeks, and hopefully it doesn't lead into months.
Yeah, Alec, are you one of those Celtic fans? Are you just at the stage now where you just need your fix in terms of a Celtic signing or something in the door, or are you of the kind of patience and waiting to see what in terms of quality is going to come in?
It's a bit like Francis said. I mean, it was only under Ange we got stuff done early. You know what I mean? But we're always, I mean, do you know what? I'm a stone throw for Celtic Park. I was up at 5 to 12 on the last day of signing when you were looking to see 3 or 4 players coming in. Do you know what I mean? That was just a everyday business. But I think we're getting greedy now because as Ryan, we've grew up. Ryan's like the youngin, you know what I mean? He's had a good success of watching Celtic. We haven't. I haven't. You know, going through the 90s watching Rangers, and it's just getting players in that are quality now. We've done more time getting the ones that we're going to out for the future, and you know, get them ready. We need ones that are ready to go, especially in Europe with the new format. I want to see us doing something. If it's not the Champions League, then Europa League. We need us as a team need to be doing stuff in Europe. We're too good. We're just too good not to do something in Europe. When you look at the team across the water, 2 European Cup finals in the last wee while, it's no good. It's no good when we are far better than them. I just feel that we need to strengthen with quality rather than quantity now.
The thing as well, Bev, obviously we need surgery into the squad, but we've lost, in my opinion, a man mountain in Joe Hart for a numerous of reasons. Not just the fact that he was a great goalkeeper, the fact that the way he was about the team. You know, he was a big character in the dressing room. He was a focal point for everybody to look up to, experienced head. And for me, and I've said to Ryan numerous times, mate, I think the biggest signing of this transfer window is a goalkeeper. I think we need to get it spot on. We can't be going down the road that we, you know. I know Alan's said we'll no doubt probably sign Tony Warner again or something like that, or we'll, you know, somewhere along those lines. But it needs to be the right quality. We can't, in my opinion, we can't just shell out a big lump sum of money and we end up with another. I don't want to be disrespectful, but another Barkas.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. It's, but we've known about it for long enough. Everybody, I think this is the reason why it's so bad now, because we've known for long enough where Hart was going. You know, we've had since February, we've known, and then nothing's been done. And like we spoke about on the preview of the Scottish Cup game, Martin Dubravka, that looked to be, because I'd spoke to, like yourselves, I've got friends that are from Newcastle, and I actually spoke to them when we were down at the Grand National, and they were talking about the boy coming into Celtic even then. So I'm like yourself, JP. I thought that boy coming in was a done deal, but it just seems to be moving a wee bit sideways now. But aye, 100%. We need a backbone. Every great team needs a great backbone, a keeper, your centre half, your midfielder, striker. If you've got that in place, everybody else just kind of plays off you. And we've got players that can do that and hurt you, really hurt you, if we've got a good, strong backbone.
And Bev, obviously moving forward, are you one for looking into the pre-season friendlies too much, or do you just wait till the season starts and then you see Celtic?
I never seen a game on Friday, boys. I was at a function. I never seen the game. I've heard the bits about the boy Law we were talking about. Again, it's not that one that you want to put pressure on this boy's shoulders.
Yeah.
You want him to progress. You want him to learn his trade. You don't want him rushing in. We've seen it a few times with players, and it's no worked out because of the pressure that's getting on them. So friendlies is all about fitness. As Ryan said, it's getting your game fitness, getting your minutes in. The score lines are a player. I've seen in some point some of the stuff that the mob across the water are shouting about beating Ayr United isn't for everyone, really. Do you know what I mean? It's
they beat the Al and lost the league, so it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Beating Ayr United is not for everyone, and they're all again. And can you see us coming? And it's embarrassing.
You beat after Peter Heed, Alex, isn't for anybody I know. Do you know what I mean?
Winning the petrol fact up, isn't it for everybody I know?
These seasons just about getting minutes in the legs, getting your fitness up, and I think what we've been talking about, the real work will start when we get to America. I think that's when you need to see players in, the work that we're going to do, and the way we're going to set up for next season. That's when I'll look to see that. But the games are new. It's all about minutes, and go down to ARC and Celtic. That's all that was, and the other games that are coming up as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, the work for me will start when we get to America.
Well, that's it, big man. Yeah, I think obviously as we go to America, the level goes up again because the level of opposition obviously changes when you're up against Man City, Chelsea, and obviously DC United as well. But thanks for coming on, big man. Cheers for
Pleasure, lads. Great chat.
Cheers, big man.
And we'll catch up with you soon, big man. So thank you.
Take care, lads.
Cheers,
Bye-bye. Bye. Well, lads, that's my third and final call of our first show tonight. Doing the dial-in talk to Tims. I want to thank each and individual, Francis, John, and Bev, for coming on and having a chat with us. You, obviously, yourself, Ryan. In terms of are you getting nervous in terms of the transfers or lack of transfers, should I say?
I want to say nervous, but it's a wee bit concerning. For me, the goalkeeping thing is, I can see why fans are getting a wee bit kind of restless or a wee bit like this. The thing that, again, I'm only reading between the lines between the media links and rumours and papers and all the talk on social media about papers saying this guy's linked. There's so many goalies that have been linked. There's been a Swiss goalie linked, the Romanian goalie linked, Dubravka has been linked. Who else? There's other people who've been. There's maybe 5 or 6 goalies.
Altai Bayinda, he's another one.
Yeah, there's another one. There's been 5 or 6 goalies in the last 2
They were at the Euros, funny enough.
Aye, they've all been linked, right? That tells me that Celtic have no go an absolute target prime speaking near to come in, or talks are on board. It might be talking to 2 or 3 guys to try and get the best price, or try to gauge who's maybe the best. Rogers might want to someone to Ange. He maybe wants the guy to speak to him and get right. You're for me. You're no for me. Right, I've got my 2. So I think the second. If it's, I hope Scott Bain's not the second choice. But if you get a guy to come in to second choice, he's a decent standard. But your number one, like you've said, mate, I think Arnold all contrary that the number one has got to be top for. In my opinion, it's got to be the best you can get for the budget that the manager's getting. That's what I feel, and I'm not saying going out and spend 40 million in 5 players. I'm not saying that, but spend what you can within the best budget that the board hopefully are going to gain a manager, because that's all we want, mate, is give the bet. See, like I said to you the other night, see if we sign 5 and what the manager feels is quality for Celtic, and we think they're actually in Scotland to come in, they're whizzing past people, scoring goals, making assists, but if we go to European football and we just fail, we don't get out of the line, but we've competed, right, fair enough, the board are back the manager, we've got quality players, maybe the Champions League is a wee bit step far as we'll need to step back to summer and go again. Then I'll hold my hands up. But until the board give Brendan Rodgers the best chance to improve Celtic, then we'll be probably a bit judgmental on signs.
Yeah, I'm not nervous. I'm not the least bit fussed right now.
Hurry up and sign. I need my fix. Hurry up.
His rosary beads are bouncing off his shins now, man. They're going like the clappers. No, I'm not the least bit nervous at all. I've been down this road, like Francis says at the beginning. I've been down this road many times. I was more at ease when I heard Brendan speaking on Friday, Alan. I think we all agreed on that on Friday. Kind of eased my mind even more. You know, he sounded like a man, Alan, on Friday, that he knew what was going on in the background. He kind of knew what was happening, and he was keeping his cards close to his chest. He's not going to tell the media what's going on, mate. Let's face it. I mean, he's not going to sit there and tell them, "Oh, you know, I'm going for this guy and I'm going for that guy," and start rhyming off names.
Michael Beale.
And then
Tom
Michael
Davis,
Beale, a couple of days later, I never says anything about him. No, Tom Davis, I've never said I liked him. No, you did, mate, because you just done it like 3 days ago. So as I say, Brendan helped. I think Brendan helped me along the way in that I'm still quite calm and composed with what's going on now, or what's not even going on just now.
Aye. No, actually, I ran into David James at the Ford's Market on Sunday there. He was buying candy flosses. He was coming out of retirement, so there might be something in that. I don't know. I'll just see what happens.
What kind of candy floss? Was it popping candy?
He was standing eating.
He was actually doing it himself, putting it in the machine like that.
I seen that on TikTok. He was standing eating Dip Tab sherbet with Sol Campbell.
He was going up to see Garfield at the pictures. Aye. So I don't know. But he says he was coming out of retirement.
Was it among it? I know he was buying hot dogs.
Was he, is it?
Maybe that's an option. The interview we like to hear for Brendan, right? Because we've not heard a lot, obviously, since the end of the season. But when you listen to it back, it's not the clearest. It's still pretty vague what you expect for any football manager, and especially like somebody as professional as Brendan Rodgers. It's always got to be slightly cagey. They're not going to kind of freely give out any information. But aye, they need to start moving. I'm getting slightly apprehensive. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. There's no panic stations at the minute, but we need to start making moves. I think we've reiterated that a number of times, especially tonight as well. And it seems like every week it goes by, and every podcast that goes by, we're still saying the same thing. Like maybe by the end of the week, we'll have a player or two.
That's still game, innit? Next week is £2,000. Next week is £3,000.
So it's no panic stations, right?
The next week we'll be like, "There's your glasses, Jim."
We'll still get a good squad, but it definitely needs to improve our way of ambition to move on. But ideal world, you're hoping there's going to be a signing or two, especially this week as well. But we as fans, we can only put trust in the manager and hope for the best.
See on the signings, lads. Sorry, JP, it's just something.
No, sorry, mate.
See on the signings, right? When was the last time? I know money these days can control obviously what you spend, and the market, like John says, it's a false market down south, but everywhere the market's crazy, right? I know we signed a Yeti and Barkas. I know Jota and Vickers signed for good money, but they're already here, right? When was the last time that the Celtic board or Celtic in general signed a player without us knowing really that was wow. Maybe Sinclair, but wow, for good money.
Kyogo, maybe? Kyogo?
Aye, like maybe gave us a bit of, no, but didn't really know.
Oh,
But
do you mean sort of they've came in and then the impact they made straight? Maybe Kyogo,
like,
I would say, because that was
somebody, I'm not
really
somebody like Kyogo, we didn't really know, right? But just say somebody, just saying somebody in European football, right? Somebody who's out there, I'm not saying if it's Germany, Italy, whatever it is.
Craig Bellamy, Robbie Keane.
Aye. Somebody that we already know.
Shane Duffy.
Aye, Shane Duffy.
But there probably was, actually. I'm not even joking about that. When he came in, we were like, wow.
Just say we all know his name, mate. Just say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name you could put. Like, just say it was Fabian Reader, right? Because of Switzerland, who we were linked with, right? Just say it was him. When was the last time the board signed somebody that quality, or they gave the manager that quality that came in and we all go, wow, man, here, we mean business here, because Vickers was alone, Jota was alone, we seen them first, then we bought them for good money, which is granted. But when was the last time they went and go, right, £8 million, wow, what a play here, fair play to the board, this is exciting. When was the last time we had that? We've not really had that in a long time.
Well, I know what you're saying, Ryan, right? But obviously Jota was exciting, because when he came in, he hit the ground running straight away.
I mean in terms of buying, when was the last time we got somebody that I think we deserve that sort of thing?
Jota, we paid $6 million for him.
No, I mean before we were
experienced that we've
I know.
When was the last time, JP, that I think, I'm not saying they're going to spend £20 million a player, right? I'm not saying that. But when was the last time us as fans?
Probably Dembele. See if you think about it. Dembele, maybe.
A wee bit of excitement that I'm not saying, do you know what? I'm going to say we deserve it. Like you mentioned, we subscribe to all this, we buy all this, we buy the strips, the season books, we go to away games, you buy the packages. Give something back to get us out. I can't wait to go see this guy play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, listen, it's been a wee while. I will agree with you, it's been a wee while. 100%, yeah, it's been a wee while. Definitely, but I've always said, lads, football recruitment isn't an exact science, and it doesn't always work out the way you kind of want it to work out. But I understand, I've seen a couple of comments tonight, obviously just before we finish up as well. One being, talking about the new format of the Champions League, and there is no dropout now. So you are in the Champions League until you are out. There is no drop into Europa League, and then if you don't do well in that, you'll drop into there's none of that now. There's none of even dropping out the Europa into the conference. So they've done away with that. So altogether now, if you've qualified for the Champions League, you're in the Champions League only. Once you exit the Champions League, if you are out, you are out, and you go back to domestic football. So that's a given. So that's the good thing about Champions League football is we are guaranteed European football now to January, because now with this new format, it takes us over the Christmas period and New Year. So that's also, Alan, a massive carrot, in my opinion, mate, that we can dangle now for signings and say, well, here's what you're guaranteed. You are guaranteed to play Champions League football now until mid to late January before your fate is decided to be anywhere else. And then you can drop in the wee bag of, but by the way, once you drop out the Champions League, your first game might be at Dingwall.
Aye, I know. Who really want to do that? Who really want to travel all the way up there? So
no, this is it.
Aye, no, it's definitely it's an incentive for any player to come. Just sadly, because of how big the English Premier League has got, a lot of these players see that they're playing 38 games, big massive games a year instead of 8. So if they go to the Premier League, they're playing most weeks. They're playing the likes of Liverpool, Spurs, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, etc. Right, so they're looking at it on that behalf. We see the Champions League as the biggest competition in European football. But sadly, because of the money down south as well, a lot of players, like we've seen previously, will be more attracted to go to that league, even if it is a relegation threatened team, a newly promoted team. So we have got our work cut out when we look at kind of attracting new players as well. We're a massive club, but playing in a small pond apart from the Champions League. So It is, we need to be clever and a bit creative about the players we're bringing in and how we do our business. But as we've spoke about earlier in the week, that's what these guys get paid for. That's what your scouts and your recruitment team and the board and whoever it may be, that's what they get paid the big bucks for. So us as fans, we spend our money at the club, so we should be expecting the best possible in our ambition going forward and trying to attract the best calibre of player that's possible. And here's hoping that we do that this season and just achieve the best possible results we can within that Champions League format.
Yeah, here's hoping we kick on and we can get a bit of happiness about the support again, as we always have. The last decade has been tremendous. Being a Celtic fan, it's been the best time to be a Celtic fan. We have been blessed with nothing but success after success. And yeah, as I say, it's a great time to be a Celtic fan just now. Let's hope we can get some signings in it the manager's happy with. Who knows, the manager might even get to sanction these guys. And let's hope we can kick on and enjoy another start to a good season. I just want to thank everybody that has tuned in tonight with us. We've got 343 people across all platforms currently watching us just now. So I want to say a massive thanks to each and individual there. Thank you for people who have, tuned in to the phone in as well. Francis, Alex and John, cheers for all the points. It's been great. If anybody is interested and coming on as we move forward, we'll be doing this now on a Monday night only. So if anybody wants to come on, all you need to do is contact us. You can get us on the community section of the YouTube channel or any part of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Myself and Ryan are pretty quick at getting back to you on any of those above platforms. Also, folks, I seen Jerry Burns' comment. He was asking when the Take Me to Your Paradise will be out. Probably about Wednesday, I would say, from the Squirrel Bar. Probably about Wednesday morning, I would say it'll be out. And you can find that only on the YouTube channel under the video section. Yeah, so you can find it only on the YouTube. You'll not get that on social media until we copy and paste it on social media for you. But lads,
it's just one wee thing I know, JP. I want to send my condolences to obviously Jonathan we've had on the podcast, Jonathan Burns.
Yes, Jonathan Burns, yeah.
His mum obviously passed away recently there, and under very, very sad circumstances. Obviously that's Tommy Burns' wife, and Jonathan's obviously Jonathan's mum. And I want to send my condolences to the Burns family and Jonathan. I know Jonathan's working away, obviously, in America and stuff at the moment. So that's obviously not nice to hear, coming far away as well, JP, not been home as well. So I really put my heartfelt apologies and condolences to the Burns family, and I just hope that they can get some kind of from the Celtic support, some kind of help with the grief. I'm sure that they'll all come together and they'll help towards kind of lifting the spirits of the family. So I really hope Jonathan's okay in the family, and we'll think about him, Jonathan, and we'll hopefully keep in touch with you very soon, mate. But yeah, hope for all the best for you, and I really, my heartfelt apologies from myself and the lads and the podcast Celtic family. I hope you take care, and best wishes as well to the family.
Yeah, and if you manage to see us somehow, Jonathan, and you need to get a wee chat and get your mind off things, mate, don't hesitate at all to reach out to us and send us a wee message, mate. I'll be happy to have a chat with you anytime, buddy. But for everybody at all that's maybe even new to the channel and you like the content, please like and subscribe. It helps us to bring content to you guys. And as I said, moving forward, we've got lots coming up for the channel. This was the start of many things to come on a Monday night as we go into next season. But thanks again to everybody that's tuned in.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks again for your time, boys. It was good to get a blood of you as always.
I actually enjoyed it myself. Good wee chat, I think.
Oh, it was great. I was looking forward to to next week's one because that was enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely.
If we get beat one weekend, I'm looking at on.
I know.
No, you can't be doing that. Hold on a wee minute. You can't be doing that. We can't be going into hiding if Celtic
I'll just
get
wait. If Liam Scale scores a goal, I'm knocking on because I told you he was a player.
I'll be doing a double shift if he concedes a penalty, by the way. I'll need to do a double shift because he'll know that. I'll be standing in the floors with that dabby big Sol Campbell standing outside like a lollipop. But above all else, folks, take care. Hail. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Oh, you can't shove the goalie in the box. Oh, you can't shove the goalie in the box. Oh, you can't shove the goalie because he's a holy